Let's move on to our second presenter. This is Jacquie Monaghan. She's a senior school hearing screener and joined the Hear and Say team at the beginning of 2018. Since then, Jacquie has screened over 6,500 children in Queensland. So we're going to learn from Jacquie how Hear and Say is supporting the 1 in 5 prep-age children who are potentially not hearing optimally in the classroom on any one day, and how hearing is so vital to a child's learning journey in the school environment. So would you welcome Jacquie Monaghan. Hi, Jacquie.
The early learning years in a child's life is an essential foundation for their lifelong learning. It's generally assumed that when a child starts prep that they have good hearing. But in reality, many 4 and 5-year-olds who are entering prep have an undetected hearing issue. This means that their parents and teachers are unable to provide the support that they need as they start their formal education, and the results can be devastating. A child who is struggling to hear in the classroom can be labelled as troublesome, disinterested, and quickly falls behind. So how does this happen? Every child born in Queensland has access to a free newborn hearing screen while they're in hospital. 1 to 2 babies born in every 1,000 will be diagnosed with a hearing loss. And by the time these children reach school, the number of children with a hearing loss will have doubled. There are valuable hearing screening programs funded for children, but they are targeted to the most vulnerable in our communities with the greatest risk. And that's great, but we know that there are children with no known risk factors who will struggle to hear by the time they get to school, even though they have passed their newborn hearing screen. There is no universal hearing screening program for all children, but we believe Hear and Say have the solution. Our Hear to Learn program screens all children at any school, be it public or private, because our belief is that every child deserves the chance to be the best learner that they can be. Like newborn hearing, we go to where the children are. We screen at their school and we pick up problems early. A screen takes just 5 minutes. 5 minutes to change the learning journey of a child. 5 minutes to change a life. Since we've commenced our school program, we have screened over 60,000 children. And what we have found is that on the day of screening, 23% of children are not hearing at their best. Now, this may be temporary due to fluid or infection or objects blocking the ear, and we've seen some funny things in ears over the years. So we've seen Lego and beads, even jelly beans. But the loss may be temporary. Our screens only take 5 minutes, and this 5 minutes can change a child's life. Lives like Ellis, who had a progressive hearing loss detected after he had a Hear to Learn screen. Ellis now has a cochlear implant and a hearing aid. He passed his newborn hearing screen. He didn't have any known risk factors and would have been missed in a targeted program. Lives like Lucy, a kindy student whose mum was being encouraged to have her assessed for a behavioural disorder because of her behaviour around other children. A 5-minute screen at her kindy changed her and her family's life. A hearing loss was detected, and once Lucy started wearing her hearing aids, her behaviour transformed. Again, a targeted program would have overlooked Lucy, an otherwise healthy child. Our team is able to help children all over Queensland, just like Ellis and Lucy, and it only takes 5 minutes. But despite this, our program is not fully funded. It's only made possible with the generous help of people like you. It costs $1,500 to screen a class of 30 children. Of this, schools are only charged $500. and for many schools, even this amount is unattainable. If you want to help make a difference tonight, gifts of $100 will ensure that 2 extra children can be screened. Gifts of $1,500 will ensure an entire class can be screened. If we can raise $30,000 tonight, we would be able to screen up to 20 classrooms of eager-to-learn preps. There would be potentially 140 students amongst them who would have their undetected hearing loss identified for the first time, potentially changing their learning journey forever. The impact that this has on these children and their families is immense. That is why we do what we do. That is why we need your help to find these children and put them on a path of better learning through better hearing. Tonight is your opportunity to be a part of the 5 minutes that can change a child's life. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really proud to be here advocating to you about the phenomenal work that TEAS's long-term partner here in SAY do. I invite you tonight to invest in an organisation which ensures that every child has the opportunity to connect and fully engage with their education. TEAS is proud to be the founding regional partner for the Here to Learn program, and over the last 4 years, we've been through 24 schools and tested some 1,800 students. TEAS's partnership with Here and Say goes back some 25 years through various donations, through sponsorship of children, and now proudly through this Here to Learn program, which we're talking about tonight. Here and Say has shown us the critical role that hearing plays in education, and together we've continued to grow our partnership into something that's bigger than us, something for the regional communities of Queensland that they benefit from every year. We've seen the difference that hearing testing in schools can make supporting regional families and regional communities. Despite the challenges of COVID during the year, the Hear and Say team have done a remarkable job, still innovating and bringing various aspects of their programs to the regional parts of Queensland, making sure their service continues to support the broader communities throughout this state. It's this very passion and commitment towards the community that first brought TEAS and Hear and Say together. We've got a strong business in Queensland, and Hear and Say have a very strong presence throughout Queensland, and we're very proud to continue our sponsorship of them. We know that our sponsorship will continue to evolve, and through your added support for the Here to Learn program, will be used to continue to increase the number of kids that can be tested throughout regional Queensland. So please tonight dig deep, join me with the TEAS team in contributing to the Hear and Say journey and to the Here to Learn program throughout Queensland. I'd like to get the sponsorship started by donating a further $5,000 from TEAS to kickstart the fundraising. So thanks very much and give generously.